actually jump in there. Alright. Well, here we go. Hello and welcome everyone, I'm C.S.Gilmore, and this is Blueprints. I'll move on. It associated with raw.
Herbert S. Sinclair of the Mount Holly Estate at Reddington, do publish and declare this instrument my last will and testament, and hereby revoke all wills and codicils heretofore made by me. I give and bequeath to my grandnephew, Simon P. Jones, son of my dear niece, Mary Matthew, all of my right, title, and interest in and to the house and land which I own near Mount Holly. The above provision and bequest is contingent on my aforementioned grandnephew discovering the location of the 46th room of my 45-room estate. The location of the room has been kept a secret from all the staff and servants of the manor, but I am confident that any heir worthy of the Sinclair legacy should have no trouble uncovering its whereabouts within a timely manner. Should my grandnephew fail to uncover this room or provide proof of his discovery to the executors of my will, then this gift shall lapse. In witness whereof I have hereunto set my hand this 18th day of March, 1993. Herbert S. Sinclair.
Interesting opening. Ah, I love the graphics. Day 1. Our getup, like our setup for what we're wearing, looks interesting as well. Huh. Fascinating. Oh, look at that mountain over there. It's so funky. So, this is a game that caught my attention a while back when it was being developed, and I was waiting for it to release, and it's released. Part of the reason it caught my attention is, like, if you're familiar with games like The Witness and others like that, this game catches me as one of those type of games. It's almost a puzzle, escape room, exploration, but there's a roguelike element to it with some RNG. Either way, it really caught my attention as ooh, this could be good. And so we're going to dive in and see whether it is good or not. Searching the estate can be exhausting. Each time you enter a room, you will lose 1 foot. 1 step. When you no longer have any left, you will be too tired to continue searching the manor and must call it a day. Anything in these corners? Where are the controls? Room directory? Wow, there are a lot of rooms, it looks like. Ooh, we haven't discovered anything yet. Red rooms, shops, green rooms. Alright, this looks important. Call it a day. Game settings. Controls. Mouse sensitivity, field of view, blueprint menu, system menu. Alright. Stroll, soft toggle or hold, room directory. Sick. Alright, let's look around. Open only in the event of my death. Simon, welcome to Mount Holly. You may not remember, but I have fond memories of your many visits here as a young boy, and I hope these rooms provide you with as much amusement as it did in those last summer days. By the time you read this, I will assume you are fully aware of my last wishes and all the details of the bequest. Please do not mistake my intentions in giving you this challenge as a lack of confidence. I assure you, nothing could have been further from my mind when I chose you as my heir. With that said, there are a few ground rules of this commission covered in the fine print of my will that I feel I should bring to your attention. No tools or items may be brought onto the estate from the outside. Tools and items found on the estate may not be taken off the estate. You may not stay overnight. I don't suspect that any of these stipulations should prove an impediment for someone as resourceful as yourself, but it is very important to me that you start fresh each morning and not rely on the successes of the previous day. One final word of advice: do not assume the rooms you find today will be the same rooms you find tomorrow. These grounds have provided me a home for the last half-century, and even I am uncertain which room lies beyond a particular door. Your grandmother used to say, "Don't go where the path leads. Abandon the path and go where you want it to lead." With all my love and wishes, best of luck, Robert S. Sinclair. The Mount Holly Blueprint. This will serve as a useful map and inventory log during your adventure. You may access the blueprint menu by pressing tab. So this is our map. Great. So my understanding is that I should actually, real quick, go grab a notepad. There we go. So this game has puzzles within puzzles within puzzles, is my understanding. There we go. That should do it. Alright, we've got Queen of Diamonds. And what was it? The Ace of Spades? And yeah, unfortunately the game doesn't, at least at this time, right after its release, have an in-game journal. They actually do recommend use a notepad and whatnot. I kind of wish they would have an in-game journal so I didn't have to write it all down here. I could just like pull up a journal, type something in. Note-wise, it would help a lot, I feel. Oh, 6, 8, 45. What is this place? The entrance hall? Okay. Just trying to pick out what is most likely to be relevant. That's a funky symbol. That symbol looks a lot like the mountain over there. Alright, before we go anywhere else, let's look around outside. The ground. Okay, coming out here does count as a movement. There's something here, I feel. This is weird looking. Yeah, there's something off about some of this. Did I miss something in the controls? They really don't tell me, like, actual controls, which is problematic. Yeah, there is something that is going on out here. This is not normal. We're gonna have to find something to go here, I bet. Bother. Uh-huh. So we've got this area, we've got gate over here, some rocks. Anything we can do with those? Doesn't look like it. A gate we cannot open. And apparently we're following the standard Pokemon logic of, oh no, it's close, I can't get over this, even though this is like knee height. So I guess our character is, I don't know, like that journal or that note would mention, like, since you were a child coming here and all that, but for what I saw of our character, we still look very much like a child. We don't look like we're that old. Oh, there is something down there. Look at that. There's gonna be secrets all over this place to find, I bet. Clock outside has a different time. Unless it's actually moving, that would be interesting. Let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, it's probably more like 9, 11 or 9, 12, but alright. And there's some weird components to this building. Oh, I love this design and this art. Look at those bushes. All the weird little details in there. Alright, we've got a place to go here. We've got a place to go here. Which one first? Let's check this gate. Private drive. Alright, so this counts as another place. Got a bird bath. Can't go off the path. We have no jump. So a lot like The Witness in that regard of, as far as our travels go, it looks like there's something down there we want to check. But first, let's go. Area blocked off. Needs a screwdriver, maybe? Except for, I probably have to get tools from inside the building, and wasn't part of the stipulation that we can't bring tools out of the building? Or is this still kind of the estate? Does it mean, like, can't leave the estate, like, out? I can't take them out of the estate, like, off the grounds. It depends on what you refer to as the estate, because I believe technically the grounds would count as part of the estate, but I'm not 100% sure. Got something else weird here. It's like a mine of some sort, or a bunker? I don't see any switches or anything. No idea how to open that. Got a campsite. Due to the rules set forth in your great uncle's will, you are not allowed to stay at the estate overnight. So this one, in this part, it refers to the estate as the building itself, it looks like. So we're on the edge of the estate here. Luckily, however, your scouting skills have been put to good use to fabricate a very respectable off-site sleeping quarters. Got a funny bird statue, some books, sleeping bag, briefcase with private clothing. Orchard? Oh, there's a code here. Okay. Oh, that moves really smoothly. I like that. I have no idea what to mark this as. Campsite the ground. Alright, so this is obviously something we need to find a clue for. Orchard. Near camp. 4 digits. Looks like there's a cabin or a tool shed out there. Ooh, okay, so maybe if we figure out the code, we could go out here, get some tools out of that shed, which would then let us get into some of the other areas. So maybe we can keep the rules after all. I gain only stuff outside of the estate to get stuff outside of the estate. Ah yes, this is safe. Good thing we can't just walk off the edge. Because that would be bad. Okay, they sort of tried for safety at some point. This place has seen some wear and tear though. Right. So then, does that mean the estate doesn't start until the doorway or until this gate? And I know we're burning some early steps for this first day, but it's a roguelike. You're meant to play it multiple times. I'm not too worried about it. These look... Nope, I can't adjust them or anything. I was looking at these and going, dials? Alright. That's a lot of boards on. Looks like another mine entrance. There is something down there. Ooh, a pipe. Am I hearing a hissing noise from it? Oh, there's a couple things down there. Man, look at that. I love this misty valley setup. Mountain range is great. Yeah, that is definitely designed to be the insignia of the family. Or if that hissing noise I was hearing actually wasn't the pipes, it was the waterfall, maybe. Oh, scared away the birds. 4 birds? Or if that don't matter. 4 birds outside. Seriously, at this point, I'm paranoid on what I should and shouldn't take notes of. Oh man, this place is terrifying. I don't think I could get over there before, so... Alright. Ooh. Tunnel. It's a box that I can't move or open. Pretty dark in here. Torch? Or a sconce for one? Kinda looks like there's a torch in it, but... Old-fashioned torch. Blocked by boxes. But why? Alright, there definitely feels like secrets all over this place, and I love it. This really feels like The Witness, where you could be poking around in places and be like, oh, random thing I could activate. Oh, secret passage. Alright, the time actually does move. That's also amazing. Okay, so the time may or may not be important then. Okay, I've dilly-dallied around enough, looking at all this weird stuff. Let's actually push in to the area. Okay. Oh, there's another picture here. You know what this reminds me of? Lake Town. Except for it's on the shore, I can tell, instead of on the lake itself, but it makes me think of The Hobbit. Alright, let's pick one of these. Ooh, okay. Closet has 2 items. Whenever you enter this room, gain 2 foot. So we can regain steps. Hallway. Let's put a hallway here. Yeah. Base. Red flowers. Rosary. Red flowers. And crowbar. These are all red items. At least crowbars are usually given as red items. Doors in the West Wing are more likely to be locked. Alright, I'm not even gonna write that down. I feel like that doesn't matter as much. For me. Ooh. I don't know what that's about. Parlor? I guess that means there's a puzzle there. Lavatory. Guest bedroom. Do I want to create a dead end here? No. I don't think so. Let's do parlor. Alright. Got a fireplace that's burned out. Nothing here I can click on. Ah, here's something. May the 2nd. Dear Herbert, it was a great honor receiving the invitation to dine at your estate with the Oldhams this past Thursday. If I'm being frank, it had been quite a while since we had been seen in decent society. We were beginning to worry that my wife's wit had lost its charm. I have no delusions that my company is rival to hers. Strange rivalry? Okay. If I can refresh your memory, we both spent much of that evening discussing our mutual love of games and puzzles, and I had mentioned to you a rather singular parlor game I had played some years back, involving 3 boxes of different colors. You had pressed me to write with the particulars of this game. When I found the item, I have included with this letter all the details you will need to share with guests, should you be inclined to play this confounding game. Always your friend, M. Lowry? It's atrocious, but there will always be at least one box which displays only true statements. At least one box. There will always be at least one box which displays only false statements. Only one box has a prize within, the other 2 are always empty. So 1 prize. Okay, this is probably tied to that. Find a key, a component of the parlor game. And I've heard that, like, as you solve puzzles, Like some of these puzzles, the logic and math puzzles will become more complicated in the future. Oh wow, they actually have windows that look outside. Oh, this could be important actually, thinking about it. Or if there's certain rooms you could pick which would lead outside. And so if you pick the right ones in the right places on the map, you could get outside and explore different areas. Because there's definitely something out there that I have not been able to get to. But alright, puzzles. The gems are in the true box. Well, I would hope that would be the true statement. There's only one box in this room. That's obviously false. There are 4 boxes in this room. Also false. Unless there's a 4th one I'm completely missing. Plan dunes? Alright. So the statement was always one that's true, one that's false, only one box has a prize, and the other 2 are always empty. How does this help me choose? The gems are in the true box. Okay, there's only one box. It's wrong, false, false. So that means this one, click, should be the true box, and it should have gems in it. Alright. It looks like we have resources, steps, keys, gems, and coins. Oh, we even have an arrow that shows which room we're in and which way we're aiming in. Okay. Ooh, pantry, corridor, West Wing Hall. Let's do corridor. Hey, blueprints. Wait a minute. What the? E on the second to the left? What does that mean? Alright, this one I'm going to take a picture of because this feels like it's a map of some sort that is going to be important later. What does it mean? Is there like a secret in here that I can find? Don't see anything else I can click on right off. Plane. A hat. That's interesting. I wonder what the logic is between how the rooms change every time. Like mechanical genius or something else. Ooh, storeroom, a nook, pantry. Let's do the storeroom. Oh, look at that. Okay, we got a coin. Alright. Storeroom. I'm gonna have to revise my notes so badly after a while once I figure out like what is actually important. Crow. Rowboats. This carpet looks funky. key, gem. Oh, what is this? Can I click on this? Do anything with it? That looks so much like an interactable, but I guess it isn't. Ah, it's hard to tell what I can actually do stuff with and what I can't. But it's so interesting. Ooh, there's something here. A picture of a bird in a swimsuit. Swimsuit bird. Blue. Wait, is that like the bird in our tent? Or is that something else? Pawn? That feels like it might be important. Pawn. Or if the number of vases or something could also matter at some point. There's so many options here of things that could be important and I can't tell at all. Ceiling looks interesting. Alright, we gotta head back though. We'll shift to run. Can I see this cabinet? No. Yeah, there's a pawn in here too. White pawn, black pawn. Fascinating. This looks weird. I love the art and the details, like such fine details on the patterning. Ooh, which one do I want? I lose a coin every time I enter the chapel? That's weird. But it's the only... no. Let's do the... yeah, let's do the chapel. I'll take a hit there. I think that'll provide a way to continue on. And I want to take a look here. Or if we could go into the negatives with it. Ooh, this looks important. I saw that number. The windows. Okay, this seems important for something. This one's boarded up because it's a dead end. That's awesome. That they have that detail of it doesn't just put a door I can't open, it actually boards it over. Is that maid angel? What? This door looks cool. We got candles galore, which I can't light. Can't read the book. Can't seem to get behind this. What is this called? The altar? The nave? No, I don't know what it's called. Altar, I think. Yeah, it definitely feels like I need to take note of these stained glass. Okay. One gardener. Chapel windows. One garden. Two. There's two. 2. Chef. 3. Farmer. 'Something behind there I can't make out. Ooh, white bishop. That seems important as well. Okay, back to this. 4. Chimney sweep. Where's 5? 5 is made. That means 6. Over here is, what is that? Jockey? There. No idea if any of that is important, but it feels like a weird detail that they wouldn't have put in here unless it was. Why is that there? Come on, phone. Works. Okay. Anything interesting on the statues? Her arm looks weird. Like, if I could reach that, I'd expect it to be a possible lever. See, statues are what? I have no idea what to even call these. So I have no notes on the statues just because I don't even know where to start. Let's move on. I do have a gem. Let's check security. What the? Those are working. Recording devices? Big ones, too. But no one's here. Got so many rooms. Also, while it said there's like 45, 46 rooms, my understanding is I read somewhere that there's like something more like 100 rooms you can draw from. So, very interesting there. Okay, there's a bit of a delay on the video, but this is active. Funky. Okay. Got a phone, tapes. Can't zoom in enough to read that. Blue memos equal true. Security. equal blue memo equals true. Red memo equal false. There's something else written there. Okay. I wish I could, like, make that. Unless... let me get a better look at it. Unless written by hand? If I'm reading that correctly. Unless written by hand. How would you tell the difference, though? The way the letters are shaped? Security is a rank 3? Interesting. White, blue. There's a microwave. Coffee maker. Partial cup of joe that just got left here. Three-tier cake dish. And a tie. Keycard access security doors are more likely to appear in the higher ranks of the estate. Likewise, as a redundant security measure, normal doors in the estate will also be more likely to be locked as you progress north. That's interesting. Until further notice, the antechamber has been unlocked, and access levers are no longer required to grant entry. But this is red, so it's probably false. Staff notice. Effective the first week of December, payroll for all live-out and seasonal staff will be managed electronically. As your attendance will no longer be registered at morning roll call, it is doubly important that you do not fail to clock in and out at one of the electronic computer terminals on the estate. 2 of these terminals can be found at security, where the punch clock used to be, and in the laboratory. Terminals in security and lab. Antechamber. Locked. By lever. There we go. Terminal password. Oh, that's tough to read. S something? Terminal password. S? For sure. For sure S. I can almost make out some of these other letters, but it's really tough. I'm gonna take a picture. See if that'll help me, because it might give me some of the ability to zoom in more. Not really. Okay. How many letters is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 9. 9 or 10? Not sure. So are these the terminals for clocking in and out, or are they something else? Tapes, records, Black Knight. This feels important. That there's chesters. Wow, words. Chess pieces in each room. I don't know why my brain wanted to say checkers. A lot of piping in here too. Oh, there's another. Blue terminal. Computer. Welcome to Mount Holly Security. View estate inventory. The following is a detailed list of items currently in the house that have yet to be collected. This list will be updated as new rooms are added. So it looks like I've found everything I've come across so far. Keycard system. Security doors are doors within the estate that can only be unlocked with an electronic keycard. The keycard system is currently operational. Keycard system settings. Security level. Alright, let's check this offline mode. This mode determines the default setting the security doors will be set up to if power is lost, during a blackout for example. As a general safety rule, offline mode should be set to unlock if any staff are working on the estate. That makes sense. Set security level. The security level determines the amount of keycard security doors that will be deployed in your estate. E.g., you should expect to see 1 or 2 security doors with a low setting and 5 or 6 with a high setting. Huh. Okay, so I either need a security key card to get through these security doors, or kill the power now that I've set it to unlocked. If there's 1 to 2, then medium should be 3 to 4. I'm just going to leave that setting. Log into network. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, we know it's 12 words. 12 letters. No, it might be Sinclair. Alright, what do we see on these terminals? Looks like an open vault. Ballroom, maybe? A pool or pot? Nah, some sort of pool. Is that a casino or a museum? Definitely a couple museum-like pieces. Children's room. Maybe a cafe? We're seeing some repeat stuff as well. Ah, man, there's so much here. So many details to take in. I don't even know where to start. I love it. I love it. Okay. This door is boarded up because of placement. Let's do this one then. Den, closet, courtyard. Green rooms were a separate item. Let's check what the courtyard has in store for us. Plus we have a gem to pay for. Alright. Ooh, a metal detector? Greater chance of finding keys and coins. How do I use that? Does it just give me a higher chance in general? Or is it like an item I can use in some form? Because it looks like it just tells me info. That looks suspicious. Can't seem to do anything with it though. Strangely boarded up. Another... Give me 1 second. I'm gonna up the volume just a little bit here, because I'm having a little trouble hearing some of this. Alright, let's check here. Ooh. Lavatory. Bedroom. Assuming okay. I'm more interested in what this drawing room's about. I do have one more gem. Now we're broke. Okay. The drawing room has lots of stuff. Bridge Bride. Ooh, something. Drawing floor plans. Each time you click on a door, you will draw 3 floor plans, from which you must select one to draft. However, there are some items in rooms that will allow you to redraw if you do not like your initial 3 options. Okay. So really, this probably would have been a better room to place when I could have it with more open doors. Since it looks like White Pawn. It gives me more options for possible drafts and drawings. What the? There's something weird here. What the? Nothing I can click on. What to make of some of that? Lots of people walking and running places, horses. I don't even know where to start with that. There's probably a code in here, like number of horses, number of maids, or whatever that is supposed to be, number of guys with umbrellas, and numbers of boys running. Alright, let's try something here. Nook, utility closet, walk-in closet. I don't have a gem. Breaker box. Let's check the breaker box. I think. Oh, wait, I can check the blueprint map. That's nice. I can get an idea of what I have to look at and how it would interconnect. I wish I had a way to get 4 items. If I used up all my gems. Let's redraw and see what comes up. Once again, really wish I had. Each day a meal is served in the dining room after rank 8 has been reached. We are on like rank 2 and 3 right now. I think rank 8 is the number of ways up. So no meals in the dining room anytime soon. Would like the observatory. However, those +1 for each time you're drafted observatory. Something about a star. Can I walk away? Once you've drawn them, you have to actually pick it. Okay, you can't just walk back. Well, closet, 2 items. Ivory die. While drafting, you may use to roll new floor plans, so it's a reroll. Okay. And shoes? A pair of running shoes. Occasionally save steps when traveling longer distances across the estate and grounds. Huh. Anything else of interest in here? Tub. Bat over forest. Closet. Tub. Bat over forest. Fascinating. Once again, weird scratches and shapes on the walls. Huh. Box. No, I don't. I'm gonna take pictures of these for now, I think. Just because this is something I feel like could be a thing, and I just don't know right now. Okay. What about you? You look really, wooden in this picture, man. Hmm. You have been sitting right here. Interesting. None of these rooms line up in a way I can work with. Well, let's do the spare room. Metal detector says there's something in here, even though there's not otherwise. Ah, okay, so that's what it means by chance of extra stuff. However that helps me, I don't know. They were painting the place a different color. Locksmith, keys for sale. Seems important, but I don't have the money for it. Let's do the Nook. Nook. White. Rook. Is it a jukebox? It doesn't work. This looks like it would be a nice little reading corner if the seats were a little comfier. Ooh, a note. A journal noteworthy. As you continue on your adventure, you may want to consider getting something to scribble down your notes and observations. A pad, scrap of paper, or perhaps most fittingly, a journal, will prove to be an invaluable tool you will not regret having beside you on your journey. Would be nice if they just, gave me one to work with in the game. Ooh, pictures of mountain. Out front. Peas in a pod. Five, six, seven. Well, I just realized I made a horrible mistake. I blocked myself in. I can't. I'm going to be hitting the end of my run here before long. Because of lack of places I can go. Well, I don't have any gems for that. So let's check the guest room, I guess? Not that that'll do us any good. So it definitely looks like a big thing of importance is don't block yourself out. Sinclair, just wanted to write you a quick note. Thank you for the weekend. I had a thrilling time on the hunt with Lord Evanson, whose peculiar personality somewhat made up for your own absence. I also got to appreciate your new game in the billiard room. It's been ages since I've seen the billiard room in the house. I was beginning to suspect you retired the floor plan. It was well worth the wait, though, as I always enjoy your mathematical puzzles and appreciate that I didn't need to know the rules of darts to play your variation. Hoping your health improves shortly. Something? KLRL? I'm not sure. A security card? An electronic keycard opens electronically powered security doors. Or if that's always in here? Guest room. Security card? Question mark. Sheep. It's a tiny little rug. Sailboat. Alright. Coal mine cart and coal cart and automobile. White pawn again. Fancy. Alright, I think I got everything I can out of this room, though. Yeah, it doesn't matter. What would be another good one? We're about to run out of room, no matter what we do, it looks like. Counts as 2 bedrooms. So I could either end it here with picking one of these, or I could redraw and hope that I get something that'll go a little further. Den. Kitchen. Closet. Let's go with the den. I'm also curious whether our supplies will carry over from day to day, or if we lose everything at each run. This looks important. That's a giant clock. Another pawn. There's a spot here, like, which looks like it should take a key. For I can't seem to use a key on it. Lots of clocks. Why are there so many clocks in this room? Den. White pawn. Fir tree. Safety pin. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 clocks. Seems important potential. Oh, and a gem. Nice. Go, there we go. Alright, we have one last room for this run. Don't have enough for that. Pantry, wine cellar, office. To earn and spread coins from the office? That's interesting. Pantry or wine cellar? Let's do the wine cellar. I'm more curious about what's in here and potentially like what it could contain. Huh. That's a funky symbol that looks like a clue for a puzzle in another room. That's a funky coat of arms. Picture taken. Wine cellar. Elk. Bag. Or 10. Bunch of various bottles of stuff, but nothing I can open. I wonder what that is down there. Huh. Well, I think that's it for this one. I don't feel like there's any other things we can do right now on this run. My own fault for not being as careful where I place things. Let's do a quick check around though. Just to make sure there isn't anything else. Oh, I did want to experiment anyway. What if I step outside now? The running shoes no longer become available as a thing. Alright. Power lines out that way. I don't know what else What else can I get clues from that might become a puzzle answer? Yeah, okay, it doesn't just remove stuff from my inventory when I go out here, though, so that's good to know. Just, huh. Wonder what I can and can't do with some of this. Orchard. What could be the clue? What could be the clue to getting into you? Let me try one last thing, and then I think we'll wrap it up for the day. MCCXII. What would that translate to outside Romans? MCCX. Roman numerals. 1213. Nope. Okay. I had to try it, right? Um, okay, there's one other thing I wanted to try for a code here. Give me one moment. There were 4 different. No, I wouldn't know which order to put it. So never mind. Uh, hmm, I have no idea. I'll have to experiment with that. For now, I guess we go and call it a day. Tomorrow you will awake to find the rooms of the estate as well as your current inventory will have been reset. Okay, let's give it a shot. We get like a recap of the day. Total rooms, rank reached 3. Steps taken 34, items found 4. Interesting. Mount Holly, quaint cottage. Save and continue, or save and quit. Let's save and continue for now, just to because I want to see how this handles. Day 2, okay. We're facing change is regards to like the general rooms we see. Yep, all of our inventory's gone. Nothing there. I don't think we carry any over 8 gems. That's all the same. Uh-huh. Everything looks to be the same in here. Okay, so that's probably a good thing. Let's go this way. Ew. Not what I was hoping for. Alright, let's do a red room. No, no. Can't do anything with that. Bridge and Bride in the red room again. That's interesting. Lavatory. Bridge. Bride. Towel. H. Funky S. S. Alright. That feels like this feels like it's a clue for something. Den, parlor, storeroom. I don't want to have another dead end right now, so a den would be good. Yep, okay, it looks the same as... Wait, no, the pictures are different. Okay, pictures change every time, that's good to know. So writing those down every single time probably is less important as more of as is taking account of what there are pictures of. Good to know. That's the same. Yeah. 10 white pot. Yep, that's the same. Alright. Nook. Yep, same notes. Ooh, bedroom, guest room, storeroom. That's the same, okay. That seems so weird still. Does that mean there's a secret exit here? It looks like there's supposed to be a secret exit here. Like, I even see it almost looks like a doorway potential here. I wonder if I should try to make it so that I have a room here sometime with a door pointing towards the side. It's going to be a bit of a trial and error RNG issue, but if I succeed, I wonder if that means that there is an exit from the building on this end as long as I connect the door to it. I'm loving the art in this game, though. Okay, as much as I should do a hallway, probably let's do the observatory because that looks really cool. This is interactable. Why? Huh. Observatory. Spiral stairs. And 4 stars. Can I do anything with the observatory? Looks like I can. Need to turn it upwards. Turn it on. Nope, I can go back and forth. Huh. Okay. Before I meddle with that more, let me get some answers. In here. Can I look at anything else here? What is that? Broken lever. Could prove to be useful. White knight. The fixed stars, constellations. 1809. This book contains a complete star base, a list of constellations, and the observed effects that accompany the appearance of each one. Depending on the number of stars that can be seen in the sky on any given day, different constellations of various sizes may be visible, sometimes more than one on a single day. This book, a solid base for astronomy, will help you easily identify these constellations, impress your friends, and discover the joy of stargazing. 1. North Star, +1 gold. 2. The twins. 2 trunks have been added to the entrance hall. The slice, 3 steps. Diamond, swap gem. Rooms with 4 doors are more common today. Farmer's apple. Apples are extra delicious today. Clavis the key. Demendus major. Draxus the dead. Dead-end rooms are more common today. The sale. Everything is 50% off today. The sale, of course. Bloom of the sky. Green rooms are more likely to contain special flowers today. Okay. So it looks like the observatory is an important one to get, just to get more stars, to potentially get more constellations, in order to get something. Ah, there we go. Involving, in order to get like, let's see, where is the candlestick? You can go practically down. Around? Okay. Alright, it matters which end of this I actually click, it looks like. Let's do this right. Get this set. I think that's up high enough. And swing it around. Let's look. 1. North Star, gain 1 coin. Okay. That's a really cool little game effect. Huh. Alright. I wonder what 2 trunks in the main hall would do. Ew, this really doesn't work well for me. Pantry. Haven't seen that one yet. Banana. Plus 3, okay. Coin. Bridget, please pick up some more fruit before Friday, as we have just been informed that we may have an extra guest exploring the house next week. 50 steps should be more than enough, so I think an even spread would be ideal. 5 apples, 5 bananas, 5 oranges. The enclosed amount should cover expenses, but please bring back a change from the order and leave it in the pantry. Huh. Not sure what to make of that. This? No. Flour, sugar, plastics. Alright, let me write this down. Pantry. 5 apple. 5 bananas. 5 oranges. And Bridget. That name is slightly bolded. Okay. Next room. We have to go with the hallway or we'll be toast. We're getting out of here. Continuing on. Ooh, this gives me a... Okay, never mind. That goes further in than I thought. I was like, wait, does this go outside the building? But no. Hanover Forest. It's such a weird thing there. Doors in West Wing are more likely to be unlocked. That's safe. I think that feels like it's printed. I don't know. Okay. Bedroom, closet, drawing room. Let's do that. This is all the same. Alright. Let's go back here for now. Press on. Don't have enough for that. Corridor. Always left unlocked. Ooh. Fancy lock. Alright. Grandfather clock. Ooh, okay. Passageway is cool, but requires 2 gems. I do not have that. Spare room. Chapel would be best. Probably, but let's not go in there just yet. Given that it would really eat into my coin stash. Let's try guest bedroom again. This will be a good time to test whether or not there's always a card here. Nope. There's a gem this time. So maybe there's always an item in here? If that's the same. Huh. Ooh, would security be worth opening up again? Now let's get the nursery. This looks really interesting. That is a big goose. Little dragon. Rubik's Cubes, classic. Another white pawn. Nursery. White pawn. What is that? Lucky Rabbit's Foot, greater chance of finding items. Genuine Lucky Rabbit's Foot. Funky. Lucky Rabbit's Foot. A book. The Red Prince. Interesting because this is called The Blue Prince. There was a red prince who sat on a red throne. He had a red crown of rubies and a red castle made of stone. The prince had a love for all things red. It's the only true color, the prince often said. Interesting, the only true color. But then, like, red notes are false unless handwritten. That's funky. Hold on a sec. by Marion Marigold. He could not stand the sight of a canary or a crow. He could not stand the white of a swan in the snow. And he never looked up for fear of the view. He had heard that the sky was not a red hue. So he always had a book to turn his eyes down if he was ever outside when the clouds weren't around. And do you know which book the prince always had? The one that made him happy whenever he was sad? A story he had read in the bath and the bed, and maybe you can guess with the clues that we have said. It was the story of a boy who also wore red, and he looked like our prince from his toes to his head. And as you, my reader, might already assume, this book is quite near you, in fact, in the same room. A story about you, if it needs to be said, about a red prince and his book, the red book we just read. There's something about this book that's bugging me. 1 sec. There's always a capital at the start of each line, even when there shouldn't be. And there's always 4 lines. Let me write these down real quick. I wonder if this will spell something. Probably not. This is probably just me overthinking it, but let me try it. T-W-H-A T-F-I-T H-O-H-O A-F-H-W S-T-I-W A-T-T-W A ooh, this I is actually one that isn't capitalized. A W I W A F A M T I A-I-A-T. A-I-A-T. Alright. I got nothing. But, except for that, I'm noticing a very high repeat of very specific, like, lots of T's, lots of H's, lots of A's, and S's, and I's. But nothing that's fitting for words that I'm really making out. But the fact that there's still, it feels like there's a pattern here still. Who knows? I might be overthinking it. only true color is red, which is a very interesting design there as well. Choice, bottom left, middle, two. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. I am mildly confused, but also very curious as to what it could lead to. Yep, take the coin. Windows are still the same. Oh, I missed that one before. Hold up 1 second. Where's my notes on the windows? Seven is Queen? Maybe? Or Bishop? Yeah, Queen, I think. That's what it makes me think of, though, Queen. All the other... yeah, everything's the same. Strange. Well, let's... Ooh, I have to use a key on this one. Alright. Well, it's gonna be a dead end one way or the other, unless I had a gem. I don't, so utility closet. Let's see what the breaker box looks like. Nothing there I can mess with. This I can, though. Hold up. Keycard entry system. Off. VAC indicators. I don't know what that's about. Gymnasium, dark room, garage, and something I don't have a switch for. Fascinating. I have no idea what the VAC indicators are. I probably don't know. Not sure if I should have flipped all the switches. Well, let's turn the keycard entry system off, since that should, as long as I understand it correctly, open up a security doors we come into contact with right now. Ooh, hey, there's a gem over here. Nice. Okay, always worth checking a room, because sometimes they seem to have treasures they don't specify. That sucks. I think this is the end of our second run. Yep. Oh wait, no, not quite. This has room to go over this way. Ooh, what the? Can't do anything with that. Weird. Staff notice. Effective the first week of December. Payroll. Okay, that's the same note as before, as in the security room. With? Without. What? The commissary will be closed from day 12 to day 16. Sorry for any inconvenience. Or is that the days it's actually open? What does it mean by with and without? So weird. Alright, let's take a look here. All staff welcome day. Annual maid stay sale, 2 days only. All items up to 50% off. All staff welcome, day 20 and 21. So it feels like certain days, maybe in the gameplay, if I come back on certain days, then the room will have different deals. Or perhaps even be closed. That's interesting. Alright, what do they have? A sledgehammer, running shoe, set of gems, and a gem. For 3 coins for a gem? Sure. Oh, it actually takes it off the shelf. That's fascinating. Would like that screwdriver back there, but it isn't an option. And I don't have enough for the sledgehammer. Alright. That would be bad. That would be bad. Bedouar continues the adventure. Ooh. There's a big safe over there. Flowers. Picture with a tree. What does it mean? Okay. Sinka Co. That's the same S as that, as the towel in the bathroom. Let me check something here. I have a theory. Our notes say the towel had the couple symbols S and H. H and S. Okay. I wonder if this is like one of those old phone pads where certain numbers correlated to different letters. So like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So let's see if I do that. I, J, K, L, M, N. Oh, one of these always had had 4 on. Was it this one or that? Nope. Okay, that doesn't seem to be working. Unless I'm missing something. What was that other code? 1, 2, 1, 3. Okay. Okay, that's another mystery that we'll have to figure out. Ooh, options. If we go through here, the dining room, or the kitchen. The kitchen would be a dead end. Spare room would continue on. Let's do the dining room, though. Funky. Meals would be served in here each day after we hit rank 8. Alright, dining room. White pawn again. Very strange. Seen those before. A deer. Seen that symbol before about the mountains. Nice fireplace. I still feel like there's gonna be like a secret passage in one of these rooms sometime. If we just like find the hidden switch. Okay. We're going that way. Let's do... let's do the parlor again, shall we? Ah, the windows are covered over if they're not on the edge of the building. That's fascinating. Yep. Do this again. Ooh, this is wasn't here before. Inspect documents of the estate more closely. Oh, okay, so this is an actual item we can find that can help with zooming in if we aren't good at it ourselves. Doesn't look like it actually reveals anything different. Literally just serves as a magnifying glass. Okay, the black box is not empty. This is the black box. False. This is the black box. False. So, this one. Thank you. Coat and trough. Huh. Alright. We need, as much as I would like to do one of these green rooms, I need this to not end the adventure. Diamonds, yeah. Ooh, new note. Staff notice, June 15th, 1983. Out of respect for the late Lady Clara Epson, the West Wing will be closed until further notice. While the floor plans associated with this wing have not been removed from the pool, we ask that staff members refrain from drafting them during this period of mourning. Likewise, any something may draft something. Options. Okay. Let's do the greenhouse. I'm curious what that will end up being. Lever place? Lever place. Oh, okay. Okay. I feel like this is probably gonna be a waste because I bet it's a thing that doesn't come into account unless there's room. But I'm so tempted. I'm so curious still. Sledgehammer. That's handy. You can shatter padlocks, unlock trunks. Ah. 5. trees found inside will never shade. The gems that shine in night and rain. The clue you hold cannot be paid with gems nor coin. So toss away these sheets you find a worthy trade. Gonna take a picture of that. That seems like it holds some significance. See what we could look out here a lot more through this window. That's great. Okay. Let's try this. It opened a door somewhere. Guessing in the antechamber? So that created a connection to the bottom area of the antechamber. It looks like it's sealed otherwise normally. This feels like there's a passage here under certain conditions. I can't do anything with it right now, but it feels like there is a potential for a secret door there. Okay, noted. Pressing on. We have a key, thankfully. Ooh. Bedroom, bunk room, dark room. You cannot see the floor plans while drafting in this room. Huh? And just went dark. I should be able to fix that though. I have access to the utility closet. It's a little bit of a hike. We've got the energy and whatnot, so let's do it. There goes my coins. Yep, the breaker blows when you go into the dark room. Interesting. Now it's back. Come on, let's go take a look. The fact that the... Oh, hey, didn't even notice those. Boudoir. Let me take a note of that real quick. Those seem different than normal. Road and fishing rod. Alright, back to that. Dark room. Yes! That's weird. Go picture. But what is up with this? Why am I supposed to get out of that? There's something to do with his fingers here. I feel like why have his hands like that? Something almost feels like there's something written in the background there, but I can't make it out. Great quality. Some maids. Which seem to be the maids that the stained glass is based off of, somewhat. Oh, that. Can we get a note on that? What is that? Green memos found in Hartley's room are always false. That's important. Green memos in Hartley's room always false. That is super important. Also, look at this guy's face. Oh, anything up here? No? Okay. The orchard. Orchard. 1128. I bet that's the code. Whatever that is. Battery pack provides juice to battery powered contraptions. Alright, the dark room is worth lighting up again. For sure. Not sure what to make of that. Picture-wise. Did I take a picture of this? I'm just gonna take a picture of everything in a paranoid fashion because I can. And then I did look at this. Is this supposed to be us or someone else? Yeah. I don't know. It doesn't quite look like us. And turning around, racing. Another one of those made pictures. I don't notice anything different about it. Ooh, this one's clear. How does that help? What is the significance of this picture? The number of fingers again, maybe? What is up with this? What am I missing? Obviously, there was something that they want in this picture as a hint, because it's coming up a ton. Alright, that's just a repeat. So, of course, maybe not. Maybe some of these are just here as false negatives type deals, like red herrings. Test tube. What am I missing? This this a security door? Not sure. Maid's chamber, less likely to find items lying around in your house. Let's do the courtyard. A shovel. Looks like it could be useful for digging. Aha! Old tin can. Not worth picking up. Still, okay, so any rooms with these are treasure hunting spots. Can be spent in rooms. Okay. Good to know. Ooh. Aquarium is every color of rope. I don't know what that means or why it signifies, but it looks really cool. Okay. Here's little dioramas. I don't know what the point of all this is, though. It's a big fish. Locked. Don't have a key. Locked again. Could prove to be a nutritious snack. Okay, so we got 2 locked doors with the aquarium, but I have no idea what to do with that. Let's go back out here. Looks like this is the end of it for us. Patio, spare room. Oh, no, maybe not. Spare room. Let's try that. Then... workshop? Cool. What is that? Lockpick kit? Be able to unlock some normal doors. 8. Stones cut by hand and letters wrought to spell our secrets carved from thought. A message read is often lost among the bold words spoken soft. The note is read, the letter is not. Okay, the other one had one word that was bold too, as I recall. Let me pull that up real quick. Sheets. Sticks out weirdly. This one. So music. 5 sheets. 8 message. Seems important. This is a security door. Keycard reader does not appear to be powered on. The true box does not always contain a prize. That's important to note. Spine tree. Spine pine. Can't take that. Workshop. Ooh. Can combine things. Potentially. Shovel and battery pack can be connected. So can the hammer and sled. Can that? No, no, no. Okay, I do like that it gives me ideas of what can and can't be. So the battery pack can connect to a few things though, but why? Ooh, okay. That one has even more that can go with it. Alright, so those require extra thing, like 3 items for that. Huh. Okay. Got a few options here. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I run down to the utility closet and kill the power, then this should be opened. Dark room. No, maybe not. I don't know. I'm not sure how best to deal with that. Well then, under those circumstances, the last thing I can think of to do, since I have no other way to proceed, is let's go check out the orchard. And then I better call it night, because it's getting late here, and I have been running longer than I probably should have. Orchard was this way. The tree that was taken down. 11, was it 26? 28. Ah. Alright, it worked. Sick. The apple orchard has been permanently unlocked and added to your campsite. Starting tomorrow, you will start each new day with an extra 20 steps. Okay, so unlocking that was well worth it. Well, let's look around. Check this out in general, though, just because this is really cool and there's probably something else hidden. Bird bath again. What is this? Strange chimney in the middle of everything? Pipes? Going over to there? Ooh, turn one of them on? Only one? That seems important. That we can turn those on at all. I'm not to make of that. What if I turn this back? Can I? Can. It goes off, and these start again. Okay. What's the point of those? Anything? I think I'd rather do that. Definitely seems more important. We've got ourselves a building here. Area we can't go past. Actually does feel like the edge of things. This building has seen better days. Gardener's logbook. Let me get ready to make some notations here. When I first came on the estate in the capacity of the new groundskeeper, I was a little dismayed to find that my predecessor had kept no notes, no logbook, and no record of any kind regarding the various gardens and green rooms of the house under his care. As a result of this improvidence, in the first few months of my post, I suffered a number of embarrassing professional blunders that I believe could have been avoided with even a few scraps of imparting wisdom from the previous groundsman. To that end, I will make an effort to make some record of my dealings on the estate, inasmuch as it pertains to horticulture and general tomfoolery. Robert Nagola, groundskeeper. Among my many commissioned duties, I have been tasked with the conservation and oversight of Mount Holly's alluring grounds. My domain stretches from gate to gate and encompasses the apple orchard, entrance drive, and east yard. Fortunately for my workload, the maintenance of the west grounds has not been a priority since Lady Epson's death and the ensuing closure of the west wing. Nevertheless, I take some pride in my work, so I will still endeavor to brush the west path weekly, even if none but myself take notice. In addition to maintaining the grounds, there are 8 green rooms within the house that require some level of upkeep and light groundskeeping. The majority of these, I discovered, are only draftable on the perimeter of the house. Wait, what? The majority of these I discovered are only draftable on the perimeter of the house along the east and west wings. The terrace, patio, veranda, morning room, greenhouse, and secret garden all fall within this category. So some of these items can only be drafted along the edges of the map. Got it. Barren ground, poor soil, good soil, rich soil. One of the first tasks I undertook as a groundskeeper was to conduct a survey of the various plots of soil underneath each slot on both the east and west wings of the house. And while I would have preferred a full survey of all 45 plots of the house, it was clear that the inconvenience such an undertaking would produce was in no way worth the extra data, especially considering the rooms that would benefit from the survey only ever appear in the wings. To quantify soil quality, I measured the soil's capacity to support crop growth and maximize the promise of high yields. The survey ended up taking 2 weeks due to some difficulty reaching the higher ranks, but the project was well worth the effort. As suspected, the room position has a direct relationship to the amount of fruit spread from gardens and the amount of flowers that can bloom in a greenhouse. I have no idea how this plays in, but why is that second area marked as the barren ground? Also the one that had the E on it in the picture. Smudge pots. A few years ago, the Baron made the long overdue decision to switch from gas lighting to electric power. The installation of the new system was a substantial undertaking, as almost every room in the house had to be equipped with new fixtures and wiring. Thankfully, these renovations did not extend beyond the mansion's interior, and all the lamps and equipment used outside of the house are still connected and powered by gasoline. including but not limited to the orchard smudge pots. The smudge pots found among the apple trees here in the orchard are a critical necessity thanks to the cold temperatures and high altitude of the estate. These gas-burning stack heaters prevent frost and should be kept on during the winter months to ensure a daily yield of apples. When the smudge pots are not in use, the orchard's gas line should be turned off to conserve resources for the estate's other gas-powered machinery and appliances. Okay, that makes me wonder if I don't keep those running in the garden, in the apple orchard, whether I lose the orchard bonus each day. Question mark? Uncertain. After a few months of idleness, I finally have a new cause to champion, and I have submitted a request for a change of scenery. Specifically, I would like to replace the statue of Orinda, currently in the cloister, with the much more appropriate angel Rhino. After all, as beautiful as the statue is, couldn't the greenery of Mount Holly be governed by the paragon of gardening? Pretty good considering I've only ever seen Rhina's depiction in the chapel. Okay. That's important. Picture. So the gardener is Rhino. Though amused, I do not think Annie took the request too seriously, though she did humor me and listened to me rave and pontificate on the subject for the better part of our lunch yesterday, and she wonders why I avoid tending the cloister. Truth be told, I have forgotten how to access the inner garth, and am too scared of chastisement to probe for the particulars for a third time. So there's an inner cloister and some way to get into the middle of it, it sounds like. But it's a secret. Okay, and that's the end of that. Okay, that was a load of info. Well, hopefully the apples won't mind me turning that off. If they do, well, unfortunate. But I can live without the extra steps, I think, if necessary. It's gonna be... Oh, permanent additions. Apple orchard. Okay. Unfortunately, it looks like I'm about to lose a whole lot of items because I'm about to run out of steps, and I don't think I can continue anyway. But let me do a little more poking around now. Can't do anything with this. Okay. Well, that suggests that there's other gas areas, and something will happen if I open up probably 4 of them. I wonder if my power adjustments have changed anything here. It does not look like it. Okay. So still no adjustments have been made here, even though I fiddled with the breaker room. But admittedly, I also don't know what some of the stuff in the breaker room does. So... yeah. Still, this is amazing. I am loving this game so far, and I look forward to continuing to dig into it. That said, given that there's going to be a lot of repeat, I don't know if I should continue with a series on this or not. I'm going to have to consider on that. As to whether it would be something I want to do more videos on, or whether I should call this it. and work from there. So many things, not enough places to be able to move, not enough to be able to move around. Nothing of interest. Okay, had to check. I was curious if there was something I could dig in here. Okay, well, that's it. Day's over. You've used all your steps and must now call it a day. You have pushed yourself to the very edge of exhaustion and must now return to your campsite to get some rest. You can continue your search tomorrow, however the house might be a little different. We got a lot done in this one, though. Rank reached, 7 steps taken, items found, new rooms. Total rooms. Ordinary villa. Alright. I'm gonna save and quit. Because I have to get to bed. It is late. I stayed up much later than I meant to, but that was way too engrossing for me to just walk away from. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. This has been... if you like this sort of game, check this game out for yourself. Obviously, it's... the main complaint I saw was the RNG in the comments on Steam. That was because, it makes some of the puzzles a lot harder. You just guarantee you're gonna have the item you need for the puzzle when you find the right room with the puzzle or with the item, etc. and so forth. That said, the game's designed to be played over and over, run after run. It's supposed to be a process of exploring and learning and figuring things out. So for me, I don't think it's gonna bother me. All in all, this game has a lot to offer. It looks amazing. I love the art, the general play of it, the how it all is being handled, and what more secrets this game might hold. Is at the end of the game once we get to the room 46 and get in there, or is that just a part of the game? So many options. There are multiple save files, I believe, on this. Yeah, profiles. Let me check that. Yeah. So I could just leave this one here for now and do my own game for my own personal gameplay. And then that way, if I do decide to continue recording for this, I can. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? Do you want to see more of this? Or would you rather go do this yourself? I personally recommend go do it yourself. But I'm definitely wanting to play this game more myself. Also, because this is cool. I don't know. I feel like it's going to be a lot of repeat stuff if I keep trying to record it. But for now, that's it for today. Good night, everyone. Hit like, hit subscribe to keep up with new releases if you haven't done so already. Good night. Thank you so much for watching. Bye. Or if the Red Prince is the guy who is giving us this place. So many questions.